Yung first question po is, how hard is it to be the purchasing manager of Manila Hotel?
Being the purchasing manager is a big responsibility. Big responsibility kasi purchasing is parang heart siya ng ng isang establishment. Kasi like for hotel, HRM students kayo, right? For hotel, paano magka-function ng isang hotel kapag una, walang gamit yung rooms, walang pagkain sa outlets, diba? So, sino gagawa nun? Siyempre, kami magpa-purchase ng mga raw materials. So, kami yung heart. So, very big responsibility yun. Not just purchasing manager, pero for buong purchasing. Ayun.
Second question po, what are the major objectives of the purchasing department of Manila Hotel?
Major objective namin is to serve yung mga clients namin. Sino yung mga clients namin? Siya yung mga iba-ibang department na nagko-consist sa buong hotel. F&B department, room sales, marketing, engineering department, yun, lahat ng department, sila yung mga customer namin. So, ang major objective namin is to deliver kung ano yung request nila on the given kung kailan nila kailangan yon and at a very reasonable price. Kasi purchasing kami, role namin is canvas, syempre, pero good quality aside from yung price.
What are your specific jobs as a purchasing manager?
Specific job ko is to oversee, syempre, yung mga staff mo na dapat yung like, yung mga pending work nila, ipupush mo na like, deadline na ng ganito, ano lang status ng ganyan, eto kailangan madaliin to, dapat monitor yung ganito. So, more on overseeing the staff. And, syempre, kailangan yung budget din ng hotel, kailangan conscious din ang purchasing manager doon. And aside from that, co-coordinate ko din with other departments kung ano ba yung, for example, may event. Co-coordinate mo with, kunyari, malapit na December. Syempre, pag December busy, baka ibang department, busy din mag-prepare for other small things, ma-overlook nila na kailangan mag-advance na for purchases ng December. Dahil nga busy.
What are the common problems do you encounter in the purchasing department po?
Most common problem na na-encounter namin dito is yung rush. Kasi ang tawag namin sa mga clients namin, mga Russian and Argentinian. Kasi puro sila urgent and puro sila mga rush. Kaya problem siya for us. Kasi pag once na rush yung item, like magre-request sila ngayon, kailangan nila mamaya. Sa tingin mo, makakakuha kami ng reasonable price? Siyempre, magmamadali kami mag-source. So, pag madali ka mag-source, hindi masyado marami kang yung resources mo. So, magmamadali ka kung sino yung pinaka-best available, siya yung kukuhanin mo. So, hindi mo malalaman kung reasonable yung price na nakuha mo. So, yun yung pinaka-problem na encounter namin. Aside from that, is yung specs. Minsan, nagre-request sila, hindi kompleto ang specifications. So, kami, syempre, dapat i-check din, may communication din with them. Communication with them kung ano ba ang specs nitong product na nire-request nyo. Kasi syempre, hindi naman pwede basta-basta kami nilang magde-decide tapos pagdating ng item, hindi pala yun yung gusto nila, mare-reject yun. Kami naman yung magbabayad noon, diba? Kasi ayaw nila.
How do you handle situations such as pilferage and storage theft?
For here kasi, purchasing department doesn't handle storeroom. Hindi kami, ang nag-handle ng storeroom is materials management. Pag materials management yung system ng hotel, pati storeroom, hawak nila. Kami kasi purchasing lang. So, hindi namin hawak yung storeroom. So, yung mga pilferage and mga storage theft, hindi namin malalaman or kasi hindi namin sila handle.
Next question po. What are the things you consider in choosing a supplier?
In choosing a supplier, dapat credible yung supplier. Hiningaan namin sila ng company profile, BIR, permits, business permit, mayor's permit. And kung supplier siya ng food, dapat meron siyang sanitary permit. Pag supplier naman siya ng cosmetics, kasi alam niyo naman sa rooms may amenities, may shampoo, conditioner, lotion, bath gel, kailangan FDA approved yun. So, yun yung mga documents na hinihingi namin sa kanila. Aside from that, nagdudo din kami ng background check. Background check, like, sino ang mga clients nyo. Then, tatawagan namin yung clients kung, like, how is the service of this supplier, gano'n na sila katagal nakipag-transact doon. Kasi from there, malalaman namin kung makakapag-deliver ba sa amin yung supplier nung kailangan namin.
Next question po. How often do you usually have a deliveries?
Yung deliveries namin, pag food, fruits, vegetables, meat, seafood, everyday. Everyday kasi perishable siya. Kaya everyday. For like dry items like office supplies, canned goods, ano siya, hindi siya nakasked na like once a week. Pero meron kasing lead time yung mga, so siguro as week, everyday, meron pa rin kaming nire-receive kasi never ending din naman yung order ng mga canned goods. Office supplies, siguro mga twice a week ang delivery. And then for engineering items, equipments, ganun, pag may request, schedule namin yung delivery the soonest possible na makaka-deliver sila. And then, ang deliveries pala pag mornings is yung perishable. And then, pag afternoon, yung mga dry items. And yung mga dry items includes na rin yung mga office supplies, dry goods, and mga engineering items. Kasi, afternoon. Kasi, ang reason is, syempre, pag perishable, fish, meats, haluan mo ng paint. Diba? So, hazardous yun sa...
How many hours or minutes are your grace period for late deliveries?
For late deliveries, it depends eh. Kung kailangan talaga yung item, kahit hanggang gabi. Kasi meron kaming emergency delivery notice na form. So, yung receiving namin hanggang 4 lang yan. Ngayon, pag meron kami rush talaga na needed item, mag-iwan lang kami ng notice sa security. So, sila yung mag-receive ng item. So, wala naman talaga kaming grace period. Depends yun sa urgency ng need mo.
Next, number 9. How do you handle overstocking?
For overstocking, usually kasi, ang nag-order sa amin, for like perishables, sila chef. And dun sa marketplace, makikita kasi nila yung may column na stock on hand. So, from there, dun sila mag-place ng order na quantity nila. So, hindi kami yung nagde-decide kung how many yung orderin namin. So, sila yung nagde-decide. For, for like mga dry goods, which is storeroom siya, diba? Meron kaming storekeeper. Sila ang nag-program sa system namin, which is Navision. Sila ang nag-program sa Navision kung like pag bumaba na yung stock, yung buffer mo dyan, 10 boxes. Pag bumaba na ng 10 boxes, reorder na ulit. So, sa system generated na yun. So, medyo safe to say na hindi kami nagkakaroon ng overstocking.
Then, number 10. Which department do you usually prioritize in purchasing or accepting requisitions?
For this, hindi kami pwede magkaroon ng favoritism. So, yun, depende rin sa urgency. I-weigh namin kung gaano ka-urgent yung item. Like for food, pag may function mamaya, kailangan na yun mamaya kasi may function eh. Hindi mo naman pwede, hindi ka, for example, it calls for lechon. mamayang gabi kasi may party. Kailangan i-purchase namin yung lechon, hindi magagalit yung guest. Diba? So, ganun yung pag-weigh. Pero as much as possible, kung kailangan talaga nila yun, sasabihin naman kasi yun ng end user na kailangan na namin siya tonight. So, gagawa namin ng paraan.
Next question po. Who are the personnels responsible in the selection of suppliers?
Okay. Each of us, meron kaming handle na mga products or items. For example, si Christine, yun nandoon, ang handle niya mga non-traditional items. Ano yung mga non-traditional? Flatwares, dinnerwares, lahat ng ginagamit sa dining na makikita nyo, towels, umbrellas, kahit yung mga ganung klaseng miscellaneous kami pa rin nagpa-purchase ng mga housekeeping na mga chemicals, steward, dishwashing for yung sa machines siya rin. And then si Flor. So, kung ano yung item na hawak mo, ikaw ang responsible mag-source ng supplier para doon. And then ikaw din, syempre responsible para magawa ng background check kasi ikaw makikipag-deal sa supplier na yun eh. So, kailangan make sure mo credible yung supplier na hindi ka tatakasan. Ayun. And then si Florence, ang handle niya engineering items. So, lahat ng engineering suppliers, siya ang magsusource nun. So, it depends kung sino yung handle namin. Pero lahat ng papers sa akin pa rin sinasubmit kasi ako nag-review ng papers ng suppliers.
Question po. What are the equipments you are using in the receiving area?
Magkaibang department kasi kami ng receiving. Meron din silang sariling boss. Pero ang ma-answer ko lang doon, yung receiving department, meron silang temperature. Temperature para to check if yung van ng mga like meats nasa tamang temperature ba. And then, yun ang pinaka-ano nila eh, computer. Yun, kasi nagpo-post sila eh. Like, pag receive na yung item, ipo-post nila doon na na-receive na kung how many yun.
Next question po. How long does it usually take in checking your received goods?
Kung how long, tatlo kasi sila doon. So, ang system is, ibibigay ng supplier yung invoice, and then invoice or resibo, and then ibababa nila yung item, tapos yung receiving, kukuhanin nila yung purchase order namin, which is yun yung basis na in-order talaga namin. Compare nila with the invoice, check yung item, pasok na yung item. So, kung minsan mahaba kayong pila kasi maraming delivery. So, hindi namin siya matatime. Wala siyang standard na time. Pero syempre, sa mornings, dapat mas mabilis kasi perishable yung mga item.
Ma'am, for you po, how important is specification?
For me, especially for us, very, very important yung specifications. Kasi pag nag-request ka, dapat very specific yung item na gusto mo. Kasi konting mali lang sa size, ano na yun, cost na yun na nasayang. Like, like engineering, meron sila nire-request na sizes for like pipes or whatever parts. Mamali lang sila ng size. Pag in-order namin sa supplier ng maling size, dumating dito, hindi nila tatanggapin. Sino lagot? Diba? So, very important ang specs. And, isa pa, may ibang items din. Pag nag-specify ka, kino-customize. So, pag kinostomize ng supplier yun, and dumating dito, hindi pala yun yung gusto mo, saan nila ibebenta yun? Hindi nila mabebenta ulit yun kasi customize yun.
Next po, how do you handle cancellation of deliveries?
Sino nagka-cancel?
Yung ano po, yung supplier po.
Usually, yung mga suppliers namin,
Nagkasabay daw kayo nila, miss.
isang problem na ma-encounter namin sa kanila is walang stock. So, kung wala silang stock, kailangan na namin yung item, kailangan namin to act fast. So, ika-cancel namin yung delivery sa kanila since wala silang stock. Hanap kami sa iba. Award namin sa ibang supplier kung sino yung next na winner. Kasi pag nagsiselect kami ng pag meron kaming request for a certain item, at least 3 supplier namin siya ika-canvas. So from there, kung sino yung winner, dun ka kukuha na nag-meet ng specs mo and reasonable yung price. Siyempre, aside from reasonable yung price, ihahaggle mo pa yung price na mas mababa pa. So kung sino yung next nun, dun kami mag-jump kung hindi masiserve ng isang supplier.
Tapos mag-a-adjust na lang po dun sa price.
Oo. It's either tatawaran namin sila na ipantay dun sa winning. Pag ayaw, gitna, meet halfway. Ganun kasi role ng purchasing. Kailangan tawaran para kayong nasa divisoria.
Next question, ma'am. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being a purchasing manager?
Pag-advantages, honestly, I don't see any advantages of being a purchasing manager kasi critical yung job eh. Actually, not just me, lahat kami critical yung job namin. Kailangan talaga i-serve namin yung kailangan ng hotel. For disadvantage, syempre kami yung laging nasisisi and kami yung naiipit. Kami yung naiipit kasi pag may kailangan yung end user, yung supplier walang maibigay, kami yung ipit. Kasi magpa-follow up si end user. Tapos si supplier kukulitin namin. Kunyari, matagal mag-deliver, may delay sa delivery. So kami yung ipit doon. So yun yung disadvantage. Wala kasing advantage being a purchaser eh. I mean, ano ba advantage? Siguro ang pinaka-advantage ng purchasing, exposed ka. Hindi ka like nakakulong. Marami kang matututunan kasi like kayo, mag-graduate kayo sa HRM. Kung pumasok kayo ng job ng purchasing, mahawakan niyo yung engineering. Siyempre, marami kayong matututunan. Ano ba itong mga equipment na ito? Saan ba itong ginagamit? Ganito pa yun. Yun ang pinaka-advantage ng purchaser. Tsaka isa pa, siyempre, kung may mga kilala ka ng supplier, alam mo kung where to get yung cheaper na item, ganyan. So, siguro, mag-benefit din yung personal life mo. Kasi parang, dito mura pala, dito ganyan. So, more on, mababroaden ng knowledge mo. Yun yung pinaka-advantage na.
Next question, ma'am. What is the secret of becoming an effective purchasing manager?
Secret? First of all, hindi ko alam kung effective ako. Next, siguro masasabi kong secret, kailangan patient. Patient ka and marunong ka mag-negotiate with PR. Kailangan mag-PR ka with suppliers kasi importante yun para makakakuha ka ng magandang price. Pag ma-PR ka, diba? Pwede mo bula-bulahin yung supplier, ganun. So, patience, kailangan din, give and take relationship. Kailangan ma-PR ka, not in the sense na plastic PR. Dapat syempre ma-PR ka in a way na magkakaroon kayo ng good relationship with your supplier. Kasi in the end, pares lang naman kayo mag-benefit eh. Kasi mag-deliver sila ng goods sa'yo, reasonably priced, and then ikaw, hindi ka magkakaroon ng problem dito kasi masaserve mo yung needs.
So, ma-builds a profitable relationship between
Give and take, profitable relationship yun. Pero not profitable in the sense na money, ha? Kasi alam ko, maraming tao, perception sa purchasing is madumi. Hindi ko alam kung alam nyo, yung parang may mga commission, may mga naglalagay, parang police. Dito sa amin, hindi kami ganun. Kasi una, lahat may papers, may invoices, so malinis. Hindi ako nag-aangat ng sariling bangko, pero syempre, una, bawal yun sa company, and kami lahat dito, integrity namin, yung pinanghahawakan namin. So, hindi kami gumagawa ng mga under the table or basta ang aim lang namin to serve the hotel, finish. Masaya lahat pag na-serve.